Hello everyone, this is Chocolate, and today I'm going to talk about something that um some realization that occurred to me recently. Maybe privacy is important. Now, I I mean my last video was about how Microsoft Edge is a good browser. So I'm definitely not the I you would assume that I do not care about privacy, and until recently I honestly didn't. However, uh shoot. Yeah, I'm still learning how to use this, but yeah, things have changed. As you can see, I couldn't get rid of Edge, so I'm just not using it. I'm using Chromium as my browser. Not Google Chrome, Chromium. And why? In 2025, please stop using Google Chrome. Even if you like account integration and its UI, there are many better alternatives. Please stop using Google Chrome. So, the browsers that you really do not want to be using if you care about privacy. Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Opera, Mozilla Firefox. No, Firefox can be good if you tweak some settings and stuff, but like out of the box, Firefox basically is just as bad as Google Chrome. Um, and even if, like me, you don't really care about privacy, I mean, sure, maybe Google got your data, your password information, you're okay with it. I don't know. I mean, I kind of was until recently. And you're okay with companies stealing your data. What about the company? What about the people those companies sell that data to? What about the people that actually hack those companies for info and control? I mean, maybe Google is good at keeping your data secure, but there's always going to be hackers, and there's always going to be some guy who manages to break into those companies' databases. I mean, this actually happened very recently in August 5th. Google got hacked and user data was stolen in Forbes, by the way. That's the website where I got this article from. And like, this happened. So I mean, they're not exactly like secure forts. Sure, they're very secure compared to like an average guy's Windows laptop, but not you can still break into them. They're not impenetrable fortresses. So yeah, it's just better not to have your data over there in the first place. Now there's not much I can do about that, but I'm gonna tell you some stuff that might help. Now, if your data in Google gets compromised, I mean, you're done for because the stuff that is in there is crucial to your identity. It's like passwords. Sure, maybe like a random account password, but not actual good, like important passwords to like bank details and maybe even your national ID info if you log into websites with that. Your location. You can get a lot of stuff from your search history these days. So yeah, um, how much should you be willing to compromise for privacy? Depending on the privacy browser you choose, there won't be any syncing. But it's honestly not a big deal if you just know your passwords and you transfer your bookmarks. It's not a big deal. It takes like, I don't know, like 3 seconds to import bookmarks. And as for passwords, I mean, you made the password, you should know your password. And even if the password's too long that don't want to type it all the time, come on, are you really that lazy? Just type your password. So yeah, now one thing that can't really be synced in these kind of browsers is search history, but like, do you really want to sync your search history? Come on. Now, sure. The hardcore privacy browsers might block cookies, or they would just clear the cookies every time you shut down your browser. So you'd have to log into your website every single time. That's one thing to keep in mind. That's why I'm not using the more hardcore browsers. Also, some of them might not load many websites properly. It's for your privacy, but still you might have to use some of those websites sometimes, right? Also, the more privacy focused browsers can be really slow. Like Tor. Tor's just not really good for daily use, in my opinion. So yeah, you can't really just use them. So what can you do? Uh, Actually, first, yeah, changing your OS to Linux could be good because Windows is a really bad OS if you care about privacy. But I mean, you can change stuff. You can change some settings and it becomes a bit better. No, honestly though, if you care about privacy, Windows is probably the worst OS you can stay on. I know I'm saying it, I'm using Windows right now, so I sound like a bit of a hypocrite. I'm just doing it for, reasons and stuff. I kind of can't use Linux right now or for a while. So yeah, if you have to use Windows, like me, if you have some programs that only run on it and have no alternatives, you can tweak some privacy settings to make it better. It's just like max 5 minute thing. It won't take much time. Some people might be tempted to just search up random scripts from the internet that would make more hardcore privacy changes. I wouldn't do that because you never know what those scripts will do. So I ain't doing that on paid Windows. Okay. Uh, Now, if you're fine with the Firefox browser, then privacy is really easy to achieve because I'm not talking about Mozilla Firefox, though even that can be private if you actually work on it. But Liberwolf, FireDragon, Molvad browsers, they're private out of the box, no setup needed, and they're actually quite good for like really good for privacy, probably some of the best you can get. However, me for instance, like there are some sites which just don't load as well on Firefox-based browsers. Also, they're kind of slow on Windows. Like I'd rather just use a Chromium-based browser. So, what would I use? The first option. Okay, this first option is not private. It's not really secure either. I just thought I'd mention because I started using it recently. It's basically just Google Chrome but faster. And that's about it. I just thought I'd mention it because I was using it recently, and you can log into your Google account with this, and it's kind of cool, I guess. But like, okay, real privacy stuff. Brave, kinda privacy related. Like it has really good privacy features, and it's actually very usable for like the average desktop user. It even has syncing extensions and stuff, and it's definitely like more usable for the normie compared to some of the other browsers I'll mention later on, like in the next slide. And it's also better than the browser in the previous slide out of the box. Negative crypto stuff. Brave comes with a lot of that. Basically, everyone I've heard from doesn't really care about that and would rather it not be there. And even if you do care about it, I mean, I don't think the Batcoin is really gonna like take off. So yeah. Um, Also, supposedly its private window does something related to Tor. Uh, it doesn't do much. It's just a private window. I mean, like, it doesn't actually do Tor stuff. People like to say that because Tor is like synonymous with privacy almost. It probably doesn't do anything related to that. Chromium. Chromium is actually quite good to use, I'd say. It does still have some Google tracking stuff, but definitely far less than Google Chrome. So, and oh yeah, also another good thing. I mean, it's basically just Google Chrome. It has the same UI, and most of its features, except for account integration and stuff. Except for that, most of its features are the same. It's less Google though, and it's quite fast, minimal. It's actually pretty good, I'd say. Um, it's pretty easy to use. On Google Chromium is actually what I'm using right now. I've fallen in love with this recently. It's pretty good actually. Like you know, it, this. isn't really like a profile, it's just chocolate and stuff, and you have your bookmarks and everything. Extensions are a bit hard to get on this. You'd have to, I think you'd have to search up something in GitHub. It was, hang on, GitHub Chromium Web Store. Yeah, yeah, this one. You'd have to get this from GitHub, and what a weird way to load a site. But yeah, you just uh first you'd have to change these flags, uh, and then you just restart your browser, and then you download this from the latest release from here. It would be like an extension, and with that you can install other extensions. You'd have to refresh every time you want to actually install an extension, but it's not that hard, it's doable. Only thing I do not like about it is the start page. It automatically does this, and it has like bookmarks and stuff. I'd rather just like, come on, why? Okay, why does it keeps, what, I'm removing this extension. It's kind of meh. It kind of works with YouTube, but it's almost like an ad of its own. I wish it changed that. Please, I want an ad blocker so I don't see ads. I don't want to see the ads of the ad blocker itself. Total ad blocker. Come on. I wish I could just use uBlock Origin, but it doesn't work anymore. Anyway, um, so yeah, that's on Google Chromium. Chromium, but even less Google. Pretty good to use actually. Like it's basically Chromium and more hardcore. Chromite. That's even more hardcore. It's on Google Chromium, but with like an inbuilt ad blocker and tracker blocker. Basically just Brave without the crypto and without the syncing. You might be into that. It's really good. However, I'm gonna warn you, its install process is a bit more hefty. Stop! I hate you. Come on, bruh. Anyway, Chromite. I know I'm very good at typing. Shoot. What are these ads? Why am I? I'm not having a good time. I'm pretty sure this doesn't have an 8, but uh, oh yeah, yeah, you get it from GitHub, and I got this on Android. It's actually pretty good to use on Android. I'm removing this extension. It blocks YouTube ads, but it gives ads of its own, which, come on. Yeah, you can get APKs and stuff. You can also get it on Linux, Windows. I don't see anything for macOS. I don't care. I don't use macOS. If you do, have fun. Uh, only problem. Come on, like, do I? You basically install this the way you'd install something in like. Come on, you couldn't make an exe. You couldn't make a normal exe, buddy. You did so much work and you just couldn't package it into an exe for Windows users. Come on, come on. So yeah, that's the problem with Chromite. It's a bit harder to install, but like, yeah, it's good. DuckDuckGo. It's Chromium with the DuckDuckGo search engine by default, because DuckDuckGo. It is kind of meh though, because it doesn't support extensions. It's good for phones though. Like it's actually quite really good for Chrome. It even has syncing. So if you're into that, it's pretty good. I'd say it's on the level of Brave, but the laptop version also doesn't support extensions, which makes it kind of mad to use. So yeah, those are the privacy browsers I'd recommend a normal guy like me to use because they're fairly easy to use. You can still do work on them and stuff. They're pretty good. Yeah, that's the video. See ya.